Recording in progress. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Rip, dip, rip, dip, rip, dip, maybe. Looks like a crypto chart. It's just absolutely incredible. Like the way to trade gold when you are at these all-time highs is yeah, literally just waiting for liquidity to be formed, which I want to explain a little bit today. I'll explain to you guys a little bit today how to approach the markets when you are at these all-time highs, because you do have to be a little bit more cautious. You know, you don't want to be buying all-time highs, because you could just, you know, anyone who buying gold at all-time highs is taking profits there. And you also don't want to be selling gold at all-time highs, because you don't want to be calling the tops. So if you're wondering, well, how the hell do you even approach that? Well, I'm going to show you guys today. Show you guys today how we can approach trading gold when it's at all-time highs, like we did in September as well. And then we'll have a look at copper. But to be honest, copper's having a very, very big push up already this morning. Started a pretty nice push from around, what time is this? Let me move that way. Around 4 a.m. London time. Weird time for copper to move, but started moving pretty nice at 4 a.m. London time. How many we got? Everyone tuning in. Absolutely smashed 20k yesterday, which was amazing. Amazing, amazing. Friday today, do we have any news? I don't believe so. I do not believe there is any news. Let's have a look. Nah, no news. So you got pound news coming up in 8 minutes. Some pound news coming up. Nothing for the rest of the day. What do we have next week? Manufacturing PMI. Not really too much next week either. Nothing too crazy. No news on Monday. So bank holidays the following. Yeah, you got lots of news the following week. Coming into NFP week again. Who's this Mark Trades person spamming? Mark Trades, don't know who that is. Furu. So yeah, I'll be honest guys, it won't be a super long session today, because you've got gold at all-time highs and you need to wait for liquidity to build up. So I'll explain to you guys what I mean and how to approach gold when you are at these all-time highs. For anyone who maybe hasn't traded gold at all-time highs yet, so we kind of had to figure it out for ourselves last month. But pretty much all you want to do when gold is at all-time highs is wait for liquidity to be formed. Wait for liquidity to be formed before you can actually take trades. So if we just go back here, let's say if this is an all-time high region here on gold. Let's go back here for a second. Say if this is an all-time high region here on gold, you know, you're pushing up. Now when I say wait for liquidity to be formed, is you want to wait for some price to push up, come down, create something like this, and like this, and then great, then you can be looking for these buys, because you start to create liquidity at all of these levels, and then great, then you can start taking longs into all these levels. And when you're actually just at the all-time highs, you need to wait for these pullbacks and these ranges, which always do get created before then, you know, you can look for the next trades. You come close to these levels, look at this, you come close, cool, you're building up liquidity, that becomes your liquidity level, fantastic. Any pullbacks from these regions, that's where you want to be buying gold up into, because you've created liquidity and you've pulled back without grabbing it. Fantastic. As soon as you see something like this, great. Then you can start to look for longs, and then there's your trade. So if we relate that to what we're kind of looking at right now, and exactly the same thing that happened today in Asia, we built up liquidity from this level. We pulled back. People trying to jump in shorts where there's stops. Stops are above here. So that's why you see these big pushes. So exactly the same thing on gold right now. Is if you're looking for gold, you know, do you want to be buying gold here? No, I don't want to be buying gold here. Do I want to be selling gold here? Well, let's measure it. How much has gold pushed up today? Gold's pushed up 200 plus ticks today. Do I want to be the first one in the markets trying to short gold? Absolutely not. I don't want to be the guy who's trying to jump in sells. All I will do is, you know, I will mark on some highs. I'll wait gold for do exactly what we did. Say if we come pull back and then we come near these highs without grabbing it, we'll build up some liquidity, and then amazing. Then I'll look to buy up into that liquidity once it's been built. But I want to see some pretty decent ranges created, so then I can be looking to buy up into these levels and build up that liquidity, you know, which does all the time, every single time at all-time highs. When was it when we were ripping all-time highs last month? That's October. Here. Where is it? That's not the all-time highs. Like here, for example, you create liquidity, you pull back from it, you see these rejections, people jump in shorts here, stops above there, you grab lows, close bullish, cool, you buy into that liquidity. Exactly the same thing here. You know, you create some liquidity, you pull back for it, you come near it, people short, stops above, bam, then amazing, you buy into it. So all you really want to see right now is literally that on gold. You want to see it pull back. Now, I'm not going to be the one who's going to be shorting that pullback. I will not be taking any sells on gold today personally. But all I want to see is I want to see gold create some space in these regions, build up some liquidity, pull back, and then I can buy into it. And that's, you know, that's for everything. When any instrument's at all-time highs, that's all you really want to be looking for. Like I say, you don't just want to buy here at all-time highs now because you have no targets. You have no targets, you have no stops. This could easily pull back like 150 plus ticks before then seeing that big push. And more importantly is, where's that tool where you can do that thing where you copy price? Is it this? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we could look to do something, you know, something like this. You top out, you come down, you grab some lows, hold support, then bam, then fantastic, then we can take the longs. So that's all you really want to see here on gold now. You need to see a big range created. You need to see a big range created. If we take a look here, like this, we want to see, like, you know, we want to see price come down, grab some lows, hold some support, and then boom, then amazing, then you can start seeing some longs. Are you on the charts for? No, I don't trade forex. That's what you want to see for gold for the next couple of hours, to be honest. So you can be like, cool, gold's ripping all-time highs. I need gold to create a very decent range. Let me come back on gold in at least like 2-3 hours, build up some ranges, grab some lows, then fantastic, then I can keep buying. So with that being said, you know, just turn your attention to something else. So gold needs to breathe for the next couple of hours at least before we're gonna see any trades. And I promise you, when you're at these all-time highs, it's worth it, because these range plays and continuation plays can be really easy. You know, when gold's ripping all-time highs, all you're looking for it once it does pull back is looking for them breakouts. And we had some amazing trades last month buying gold into all-time highs. It was just very, very simple breakouts. So that's what you really want to be waiting for. Now let's have a look at copper instead. Congrats on 20k. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Most underrated streamer for the value. Deserve 100k. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate tuning in. Time frame for the pullbacks. Answer my question. Oh yeah. I mean, at all-time highs, like, I'd say come back. Like, don't look at gold for the next hour, 2 hours. Like, I'm not gonna look at gold until at least 10 a.m. London time. At least 10 a.m. London time. I need to see like a decent amount of price action before I want to trade gold. So it depends on what time frame you're trading, but because it's the hourly, you're at, you know, all-time highs. Yeah, I'd say give gold at least 2 hours, and I guarantee you, you'll create some. I'm not gonna guarantee you, but I can say in terms of probability, there's a high chance you're gonna create some big ranges, and then, you know, you're gonna get a much easier trade on gold later on. Now have a look at copper for the day. You know, like I say, focus your attention on something else. There's no point looking at gold. Copper for the day. Pretty interesting daily close yesterday. You know, you grabbed the highs, you then grabbed the lows, but you still closed bearish. But you came into some very, very strong support, and now you're kind of having this pullback. So copper's on a pretty decent run up already today. 4 hour, about to close very bullish in about 15 seconds. Hourly here on copper, you came up, you pulled back a little bit, never really grabbed the lows, and just a a straight rip. Absolutely crazy, crazy push. Let me clean up some of these levels. Let me get rid of this. What have I done? Hide. Let's get rid of this. This was the liquidity that we spoke about in the Asian session. Was it that clear to buy into? No, not really. You kind of bounced off this third touch of the trend line and just had a pretty decent push there. I think the nicest buy here on copper, if you guys were looking at copper today, is quite later on in the day, probably like around here. Once you have a big breakout, this is pretty much what I'm saying on gold right now. You have a big breakout, pretend this is all-time highs, you pull back, you grab some lows, you hold some support, fantastic. Then as soon as you get this closer grab and lows, holding support, boom, you take buys, you can look to have some stops somewhere down there, and, you know, something like that. 30 ticks, nice 1 to 3 restore. Great, 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 great play. That's pretty much exactly what I was explaining on copper. I can have a quick look at pound, and usually just come out. Have a look at pound futures. Decent pushback higher after that big sell-off yesterday. Interesting. Initial reaction higher. So copper, again, you know, we have had a very, very strong push very early on today, and you know, now we're coming into some, you know, some very, very, very large areas. Would I want to be buying copper at this big resistance? Not really, to be honest. Not really. I don't want to be buying copper up here. And if I want to be buying copper, you know, it's back down at this support. I don't want to be buying copper here. So you could say, well, why don't you go short then? Well, the 4 hours just closed aggressively bullish. So I don't want to short against that, and I also don't want to buy at this resistance. It's a very, very big level. All of this, actually. Does it go across any further? Where we're at? Look, some pretty big rejections. Big rejections. Big rejections from where we're currently at. Again, yeah, big rejections, rejections, rejections. So where we're currently at on copper is a big, big, big resistance level. Although this 4 hour has closed strong. If we do want buys on copper, the safest buys are probably going to be once we actually do break this level. On, you know, maybe at least hourly or 30-minute. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a tough day for copper as well, unfortunately, because you've already had such a big push today. You've already had such a big push coming into some big, big, big resistance. You know, if I did want to buy copper, I'd probably love to see a pullback down into here before then I was getting low. Buying here to me doesn't really make too much sense unless we break above this level. You know, maybe I'll buy on the pullback of here, but to buy copper here, yeah, is a bit too risky. A bit too risky. Yeah, fill in that gap. That's true, man. That's what I've been looking at as well. I would love to see that. It's all the way back up there as well. It's huge. And, you know, that's a long, long, long way to come. Even if you do wait for us to get back above this range, you know, from here to even to here is like, yeah, it's 100 to almost 200 tick play, which is very big, very, very big. So, you know, anything else you guys are looking at, feel free to send it over. Gold's already starting to have a little pullback, which is great. Gonna need a little bit more time though. Copper's having a nice little dip up, but yeah, anything else you guys are looking at, we can spend today looking at some other things, or any questions you guys have about the strategy or psychology, anything like that. You know, let's use today to be productive, as opposed to maybe actively starting to take some gold trades. AUDN, yeah, definitely have a look at AUDN, yep, for sure. Nasdaq is pretty interesting here. Nice little morning star being printed here. Rejected, grabbed lows, held support, nice bullish close. You can see Nasdaq have a little pushback higher. Let's have a look at AUDN, yeah, I've looked at this one in a while. Big, big, big range. Kind of interesting though, because let me just have a look at the daily first. Let's have a quick look at the weekly. Big rejections, strong daily, but coming into a big level. I kind of look at this and I'm like, you grab the highs and push down, you should be selling off. But now you're kind of grabbing the lows and starting to react here as well. So, again, pretty tough. You've kind of grabbed liquidity on both sides and closed back into the range on each side as well. Like, you know, you grab the highs you tried to push down. You've now grabbed the lows and actually closed bullish again. So, yeah, you'd need to see a breakout on AUDN. In which direction, I wouldn't think it really matters too much. If you break back to the downside, you could see some decent pullbacks, like, you know, back down into here. Break the upside, you got buys, you know, up into these areas. Anything in here, though, I would be pretty careful. I'd be pretty careful on AUDN. Yeah, oil. Let's have a look at oil. Oil still, again, that's crazy. Look at oil yesterday. That was crazy. Look at that. Huge, huge, huge. Was that news? Huge regrab of the lows. That $70 region on oil is very, very strong. Very, very strong. Look at that daily close again yesterday. You know, we're holding that $70 level really, really well. Did we gap down here? Why does this candle like looks like it's pushing up, but it's bearish? I'm confused. I do still think oil does look nice to have a little pullback though, into like 71.50, 72. Looks pretty nice. Looking at that daily, you know, it's really, really holding the $70 level as a very, very, very strong level of support. Very, very strong level of support. You know, you kind of had that third drive into the lows pretty much. 1, 2, third drive into the lows. Kind of closed bullish, coming down for an instant bottom wick on the 4-hour. Could start to see a little pullback. But to be honest, if you just want to be watching, like, that's going to be a pretty tough level. Pretty big resistance, broke above support, big push, broke below, broke above, nice fake out. So maybe buys on the rebreak of this high to have a retracement on oil. Past the combine, started getting now finally. Yeah, awesome, man. Good job on passing the combine. Some W's in there, man. Well done. Good shit, man. Well done. Passing the combines, awesome work. Very, very well done. So yeah, copper, be careful with the range. Pretty ugly. Pretty ugly. Nicest looking thing today was Nasdaq. I don't trade Nasdaq enough to execute it, but that's a pretty nice in that 4-hour time frame. Little trendline breakout coming down here as well. Nice little pullback. How did yesterday close? Yeah, big rejection to the highs. You got me in love with gold. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, good man. That's what we like to hear. Good work, man. Gold is king, man. Gold is king. Super consistent, right? Super consistent in the way that it moves. And when you zoom out, it looks very nice. Very, very nice. Copper move just made my day. Good into the early weekend now. Yeah, awesome, man. Good job. Yeah, if you got the buys up here, incredible trade. Really, really, really nice trade. AQA Aaron. There you go, man. Third time's a charm, man. It's Friday. It's Friday. I'll let you off, man. It's been a long week. What's anyone else got? What's anyone else got? Anyone else got anything else they're looking at? It doesn't have to just be futures. Craig's asking, Aaron, how strategic are you about managing mindset? Really been getting into this stuff over the past couple of months. I love the mindset side of trading, man. I absolutely love. It's probably one of my favorite. Trading psychology and the mindset is honestly probably one of my favorite parts of trading. I think the mindset side is extremely underrated when you're upcoming in trading. but extremely important. You know, like when you're learning to trade, and like you're trying to get it down, or you're losing money, and someone says, yeah, focus on your mindset. You're like, I want to focus on the mindset. I want to focus on the technicals. But to me, focusing on the mindset and the psychology is the hardest part, but it's also the most interesting part. Like just learning about how humans react to certain emotional responses. And so I've got many of, called Trading Psychology podcast, man. If you ever need some, I got loads of gems. But yeah, I love trying to adapt the mindset in trading, and doing lots of things off the charts as well. Like I made a post about that today on Instagram. So many things off the charts that are so important to trading. Like if you just wake up every day and you sit on your desk for like 8 to 9 hours a day, you are gonna mentally burn out. I try and get my morning routine down pretty well, where I'll wake up first thing in the morning, maybe after about half an hour of waking up, I'll get a coffee, come on the charts and have a quick look and try and set some alerts, and then try and get off as quick as I can, and get outside and get some fresh air, because I know that's what helps my mindset the most. Like if I just wake up, come straight to my desk, and all of a sudden start looking for trades and forcing trades, it never really ends well. So having a good routine, a good routine is important as well. Getting a good trading routine, and that's the thing about being this side of the world, is like when we do wake up first thing in the morning, it's like we want to jump on the charts, but there's just no volume. So you also have to be disciplined enough. Like if you wake up, jump straight on the charts, take a trade, and it does nothing, and then you lose, and that's when you end up sticking around. And before you know it, you spend like 6 hours in front of the screen. Be alright if you lived in like New York or something. You wake up at 6 a.m. to like guaranteed instant volume. But even still, I like to have a morning routine where I don't wake up, and the second I wake up, I gotta start looking for trades. Yeah, trading is a perfect business for showing you that the results you get are a direct reflection of your own internal state. Yeah, 100%, man. I guess that's why that's why I love trading so much, is because it's like, it's always just you versus you. I can have all these people that are going to help you with certain things, but the psychology side is like, there's a lot of mistakes in trading that, like I could say to you, don't revenge trade, don't sell gold at all-time highs, or, don't FOMO into a trade. But there's like some things that it's only until you actually do it and you feel that emotional pain, you're like, okay, cool. That wasn't very fun. I may do it a couple more times, and then I'm going to learn from it, and then I'm never going to make that mistake again. Like, there are things you can't learn from a book, As much as we can, read about trading psychology, you relate the most to trading psychology once you've felt all of the emotional pain that comes from trading. That's why I think Trading in the Zone is a fantastic book for new traders, but it's a good book to read once you've actually made some good trading mistakes, so you can kind of relate to it more. Otherwise, you can only relate to something if it's actually happened to you. And that's again, that's why combines and challenges are good, because you can learn extremely valuable trading lessons for a very small price, and eventually make great gains from it as well. But yeah, it's my favorite part, man. I haven't listened to some. If you ever come across any good audios, Craig, or any good podcasts, send them over, man. I love a good trading psychology podcast. I don't really listen to many of the newer guys, but I don't listen about technicals. I get bored of listening about trading technicals. I love the psychology part. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, very true. It doesn't go into how to actually eliminate them. Yeah, helps you recognize them, but not actually get past them. It's very true. Using books, yeah. If you have any books, man, it's about time I got a new book. Man. Hardest part I struggle with keeping my discipline in check. Any tips? I mean, the biggest thing is like just recognizing what emotion you're feeling and what typically comes after feeling that emotion. Like for me, like, today gold's ripped like 200 ticks in Asia. I haven't got a single tick of it, and I generally just don't care. It just comes from discipline and time. Like, I know that I'll still get my 20, 30 plus ticks a day if I really want to. like it depends on what emotion you're feeling. Like if you've got fear of missing out, like today, because gold's push to so much, it's like, okay, cool, just recognize that and just take a break from the charts. Like you know, when you first start trading, you think that the markets move so fast, and if I'm not on the charts 24/7, I'm gonna miss everything. Whereas like the charts actually don't move that fast, and they always have plenty of opportunities for you to get in. So as long as you know the markets are going absolutely nowhere, and if you ever just feel like you're not mentally there for the day, it's like, okay, cool, great. Guess what? The charts will still be here tomorrow, and they'll still be here the next day, and the next day, and the next day after that. So if you ever jump on and you're just not really there that day, that's fine. More importantly, just recognize that you're actually, you know, just not there today, and that's okay. It's completely okay to have days like where you're not, you know, you might have had a long day at work, or you might have some personal stuff going on, and you're just not mentally in the zone. The worst thing you can do is trade from that, because nothing ever good comes from that. But I honestly just, you know, I just say to myself, so I'm not really mentally there that day. We're all humans. But I don't get fear of missing out if gold has a big push. I'm like, they'll still be here tomorrow. The charts will still give me a nice setup tomorrow, or they'll give me a nice setup the next day or the day after that. So once you kind of realize that the charts are going absolutely nowhere, a lot of the emotions of, like, you know, especially fear of missing out. Like I don't understand fear of missing out anymore. I used to always get it, now I don't get it. Like I say, gold could rip 1,000+ ticks today. If I don't get any of it, that's fine. Guess what? It's still going to move tomorrow. Van K? Nice, let me have a look. Van K. Nice, man, I'll have a look. Copper, flipping bullish here. Cow. Need to know about the cows? Absolutely. I thought you'd never ask. Silver? Yeah, we can have a look at silver, man. Have a look at silver. I love the lockout feature on Top Step X. Yeah, that's it, man. Just lock and walk away. Yeah, it's very good. Even if you're down a little bit. I think yesterday on my Top Step I was down like $200. So after the stream I just locked myself out. I'm pretty happy to take that loss and come back tomorrow. It's a very disciplined thing to have. I think it's one of the best features I've seen on a prop firm. So shout out to Top Step for putting that in. Locking yourself out. Yeah, take some serious discipline. Serious discipline. Yeah, let's have a look at silver. I don't look at silver too often, so we'll have a little brief look at silver on an intraday. Let me just have a quick look at the daily. Yesterday came down, grabbed the lows. Some pretty decent resistance around here that we're probably going to make our way into. 4 hour. Some highs to come and grab. If you have not already just grabbed that, I don't think so. Did you grab it? Oh, yes, you did. But still, you have grabbed them highs. But you are having a nice breakout. So you'll probably see silver spike up a little bit more. If you can potentially see a bottom wick into here, you could fulfill this little range on silver. It's on the 4 hour. On the hour, I mean on the hourly here on silver, I don't trade it well enough to know exactly how it moves, but if it moves similar to gold, I would say if you can grab some hourly lows, re-break the highs, you got some nice longs. You could have some nice longs. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. What was that hourly? Close bullish bottom wick. Nice. I don't think I've ever really traded that. How long did it take you to master your strategy, studying and practicing? I don't think I would say I'm not a master of trading. I don't know if there's ever such thing as becoming a master of trading, but to get consistent, like 2 to 3 years, man, at least. I've been training for like 6, almost 7 years, but to get consistent, not to master, I don't think there's such thing, but to get consistent, yeah, 2 to 3 years plus. Easily, man, easily. You know, over that time, I mean, my plan did get better, but over that time, the main thing you understand is just, yeah, you get better at managing your emotions. and you kind of get numb to the monetary side of trading. Yeah, I've seen people use that one, man. I've seen people use it. I like to keep it clean, but yeah, it can be useful, definitely, man. Definitely. Just passed my combine yesterday. Well, firstly, congrats on passing the combine, man. Great achievement already. Now I'm scared to touch it. Any tips? Last time after I drew, I blew it. Yeah, gold having a decent little dip down here. But no, you can't be scared to trade it. If you're scared to trade it, then you're not ready to even be in the challenge. You're not even ready to be in the combine phase. So if you're too scared, then you need to be practicing enough. If you're too scared, you don't trust your plan enough. You don't have enough data to trust your plan to know that it actually works over a long period of time. So therefore, you need to take the time to actually build the data to know that it does work over a long period of time. Therefore, being scared isn't even a question. The only reason people are scared is because they don't trust their plan enough, or they just don't really have one. If you passed your combine because you followed a good plan that worked, well, just do the exact same thing you did to get funded. Or trade micros until you get your confidence up. But don't think about the money. The only reason you're scared is because you're thinking about the money. Could have a little fake out on silver, actually. Yeah, gold have a nice little dip down here. Yeah, or trust yourself enough to follow your plan. Absolutely. You have to trust yourself to follow your plan. You have to know your plan works, and you have to trust yourself to actually be able to execute it. But yeah, when I would do a challenge, the only reason I was scared of taking trades on it is because I'd be scared to lose it, or I'd be, it'd be my only escape. I'd be trying to force it. It's like that you should never be trading from a perspective of, this is my absolute everything. I have to make this work. I don't care what these gurus says. If you trade from that perspective, trading is extremely hard enough that's going to make it even harder. Look, I was sharing all the wizardry today on a Friday. I can turn into a psychology session. Congrats on 20k. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, gold have a nice little dip down here. This is what we wanted to see. I love it. Thank you, man. Yeah, no, me too. This is honestly the part I love the most. I get bored of talking about technicals. Technicals is the easier part. I love talking about trading psychology. I talk about trading psychology all day. Should bring out your own book. I know. One day, man. One day. Maybe after a decade or so. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you, Gavin. It's nice. Nice and clean inside, man. Took a little drive this morning to get some coffee. It's nice, man. Keep it for a year, 2 years, something like that. I'm not honestly not a huge car person. But yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. It's Nasdaq flipping. Yeah, Nasdaq flipping. Yeah, talk about fundamentals, man. I mean, I briefly talk about fundamentals. In terms of like the whole economy and economic side of it, I don't like that. Pause the shit out of me. I think one of my subjects when I was at uni was some sort of economics. It was painful. License plate Aaron trades. Oh, I'd have gold, but someone's already got it. I have to go buy it off them. Pivotal moment in your trading? I guess I kind of did have like an aha moment when everything just started to make more sense, but it was just over time of just doing the same thing just over and over and over again. And like I say, just not thinking too much about the money and just knowing that the money will come and just actually learning to become a good trader and taking good trades. I'm more proud of now saying I called a good move than saying I made this much money. So just don't focus on the money. Yeah, and just get good at being a good trader and try and become the best trader you can, and the money will follow. You can use technicals to possibly predict fundamentals. Yeah, definitely. I mean, technicals are for the entry. Fundamentals are what move the markets. Yeah, reward yourself for following your plan, not breaking your rules. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Are we short in gold? You might be. Nice dip down though. Very nice dip down. Yeah, I actually did create the algo, yeah. That's very true. I can't speak on that too much. I don't want to get kidnapped. Yeah, the videos that you can go on to my channel. There's any trade we take on stream is always broken down into a trade breakdown, so you can go on. I have loads of strategy videos on my channel, man, for free. Yeah, absolutely. There's loads and loads and loads. Years before I see, yeah, all of the ICT things existed way before he did. He just renamed them. ICT invented support and resistance. Did you not know that? This is a pretty decent sell-off here on gold. A very decent sell-off. Grab the highs, held resistance, pull them back. Could you top wick for a pullback? I mean, you can. I just kind of get a bit, I don't know, I get a bit scared short on gold. I mean, like, now you've seen something like this, yeah, you could argue sells a lot more. Before that, no. I don't know if I want to. Well, how was the last hour? Yeah, let me know. Last hour did grab the highs, held some resistance, pull them back. You don't want to be glued to sells though, because if you're glued to sells, you know, you would have missed out on these big opportunities here. When this is ripping all-time highs, grabbing lows, if you were just looking for sells, you would have missed the easier trade, which is longs. So I wouldn't get too excited about this dip on gold just yet. Could you scalp it down? Yeah, maybe. That's all it would be though. All it would be is a scalp. Let's watch a 5-minute here. Sell the highs Friday full margin Fridays. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yeah, that's what I would prefer to look at, man. I would prefer to look at potential grab, close back above here, and start looking for some longs. Personally, yeah, I shorted gold here for 1,000 lots. That's why I just sold off. ICT create the algo and keeps blowing accounts. He's just doing it to prove a point that he doesn't need to make money. You don't understand. He did it on purpose. He doesn't need to prove anything. Sometimes, Bradley, I have sometimes. I've sometimes tried to do that into liquidity levels before and always got burnt out. Sometimes I'll see price coming very close to a high, but oh cool, you could easily scalp a quick 10 ticks here. Try and scalp it, then it pulls back like 30. So now I just don't really like to, unless, you know, I can get in with a pretty decent, like at least 1-to-1. Sometimes I can scalp 10 man, but I prefer to go for more than that. It's exactly what you'd say. It's exactly what you did say. Yeah, sometimes, man. If I can get a quick 10 and some good volume, like on use them, yeah, definitely I'll quickly take a quick 10 if I can. I do prefer to get more though. It's a pretty decent dip down here on gold actually on the 5-minute. Close bearish, close bullish, close bearish, top wick. Some lows down here. Nice little scalp there. Even on these buys here on gold in the Asian session, the nicest buys are probably here when you came down, grabbed the lows, and actually closed bullish, taking buys here. But then you go back and look in the hourly, and the hourly is still bearish. So would you trade a 5-minute bullish breakout over an hourly bearish close? No. Could be grabbing these lows here on gold. Who said that? 15. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, here. If it wasn't all time, yeah. If it wasn't all time highs, you know, that's a pretty nice setup. So I think this is all time highs. You're a bit skeptical. But yeah, you grab the highs. Didn't close bearish here. Kind of close bearish. Didn't not really. Here you grab highs and actually close with good volume. It's always the hindsight way. You always look back, but oh damn, that's actually pretty easy. But now, at all-time highs, it's yeah, it's kind of tough. Kind of tough selling a 15-minute breakout. Nice 30-minute close there. Copper's still respecting that resistance, not missing too much on copper. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'd feel like an idiot having a losing sell trade at all-time highs. That's it, man. If you took sells at all-time highs and it kept pushing, yeah, you'd feel really fucking stupid. You would feel really stupid, which rightly so you should. It's like, even if you took this little scalp down, you made a bit of money. It's like, that's fine, but don't do that too often. Trying to buy at 27,176. On the futures, yeah, nice, yep. Makes the most sense, that's for sure. But them longs makes the most sense. Let's have a look at top step tilt here. 25% people long, 75% people short. Everyone's selling off gold here on top step today, which is interesting. Yeah, that's true. Taking profits at the end of the week, yeah, that's very true as well. It is Friday today with no real news. Yeah, it could be a much deeper correction on gold. If I did want to sell gold for a sell-off, I would love to just see a decent bearish hourly close. I'd the hourly to close like this, a top wick, without grabbing the lows, and then I would look for a pullback. I wouldn't really want to sell gold until I get at least a bearish hourly close. Sammy? Sammy doesn't want to hear. Sammy was creeping. Because look at this instant reaction, even on the 5-minute. Look at this instant reaction back higher. I mean, a bullish close here. You could consider some longs. What time are we at? 32. 32 just close bearish. Got an 18.7. Yeah, good entry, man. 18.7. Yeah, right them lows. About to get a nice 5-minute close here. Benefits of being with Top Step compared to someone like FTMO. Top Step is a fraction of the price, and you can be funded in 2-3 days with a 1-step process. FTMO is going to cost you 5 times the price. You got to go through a phase 1, phase 2, before you then get funded. FTMO have full control over your spreads and manipulation and the broker you use. Top Step has 0 control over that. Top Step can't control the broker you trade on, the spreads you get, the fills you get. FTMO have full control over that. And futures, yeah, your execution overall is going to be much better. The only reason you trade FTMO is if you're maybe swing trading or you're trading some sort of currency that you can't trade on Top Step, such as, you know, GJ or something like that. Top Step is for futures. FTMO is for CFDs. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I wish. It would be cool if Top Step maybe one day brought out like a swing account. That'd be pretty cool. They used to have one back in the day. I remember I saw it one time. But yeah, maybe in the future they bring out like a. I don't know what the fees are like on the actual futures exchange to be able to, you know, to hold positions on futures overnight. The margins are much bigger than the CFD side. So I don't know if maybe it's some sort of issue with that, maybe. But yeah, I mean, a futures account in the futures account in the future, a swing account in the future would be pretty interesting. Fighting on micros. Yeah, see, I don't like micros, man. I don't like micros. Yeah, even when I was trading gold on the micros, the fills were never. Fucking good, what is that? Never anywhere near as good as the minis. Yeah, NQ's still having a nice little push. Little spike up. Yeah, imagine if Top Step brought out like a swing account. That'd be awesome. Kind of hold this little resistance here on gold. You know, you did get a 5 strong closure, but is that enough to try and trade against that previous 30 closing bearish? Not quite. You can see the here on Top Step X. Oh, you guys can't see it. It's a little bit off the screen. How do I move that? I'll fix that after. Yeah, 32% people long, 68% people short. Copper trying to break out here. I don't want to see too much here today, guys. I'm not going to be buying gold yet. If anything, this is what we said earlier. Want to see it come down, grab the lows. Want to see it come near these near this resistance, pull back, and then great. Then we can look for longs. Have a look at copper. Trying to break out of this resistance. You did have a nice little pullback. 30-minute create this sort of doji candle, now re-breaking back higher. But it's a big level. It's a big level where I wouldn't want to be a buyer yet on copper. No, that's not a stupid question, man. It should look the same, but yeah, the fills aren't as good on micros as minis. I don't know if it's maybe just because it's not as liquid. I'm not too sure. Couple short area, yeah, definitely a short area, man. I agree. I'd like to see a, you know, you probably have to see how this owl is going to close around this region, yeah, but it's definitely not an area where I'd want to be long, that's for sure. Because you've already had a decent push up here. So you kind of broke above this big area, held this area. Really nice push there. That was that 4 a.m. London time push. You had liquidity at this high as well. Really nice push. And this hourly here on gold. I mean, me personally, I'm not going to short gold today. I just don't think it makes sense when you're all-time highs. I don't want to be shorting gold today. I got nothing to prove to the markets on today on a Friday. So if anything on gold, yeah, I want to see, you know, like I said earlier, a range for at least like the next, you know, 2 hours or so. If this hour closes like this, maybe the next hour comes down, grabs the lows, holds support, and then great, 10 a.m. you got nice buys. Probably makes the most sense. And with copper at these highs, even if it does break out, yeah, I still don't like buying copper at these areas. Personally, just my personally, I don't like buying copper up here. So yeah, I think with that being said, you guys on Zoom, I won't keep you guys just for the sake of it. I'm probably gonna need to see at least like 10 a.m. London time. I want to see some price action, maybe closer towards 10 a.m. London time. With gold at these all-time highs, having this little pullback, trying to force a trade here for the sake of it, yeah, I personally think it's too aggressive. So you guys on Zoom, I'll let you guys go. I won't make you watch this for the sake of it, nor am I going to do the same. So I'll update you guys maybe like an hour, 2 hours. We'll see a little bit more price action and then see what else the rest of the day brings. But don't force London. We've got gold at all-time highs. It's a Friday morning / afternoon, depending on where you are. We have had a fantastic week on gold and copper. Today is not the day to force it and give it back. So yeah, we'll get a little bit more price action. I'll update you guys on trade setups over the next hour, 2 hours. So enjoy your Friday, guys. Don't force it. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers, Zoom guys. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. All right. YouTube. I will let you guys go. I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. We got gold ripping all-time highs today in the Asian session, which was incredible. We got copper coming in some big 4-hour levels that you're not going to short and you're not going to buy just yet anyway. So rather than us just sitting here watching this go sideways, we've already been on for about an hour and shared some incredible psychology tips. So fantastic way to end the week. It's been a fantastic week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys again every single day next week. Have a good weekend. Trade safe. Don't force it. It's Friday, and I'll see you all next week.